Guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a break from the Alpha project and we're going to focus on a review of my 2020 911 Carrera S 992, what have you. So I thought what we would do is talk about the outside, all of the upgrades I've done to the exterior, the interior, and then talk a little bit about the performance upgrades I've done, because she's had some performance upgrades installed. And then we're going to take it for a ride and talk. Let's get started. All right, so here is my 2020 911 Carrera S 992. So let's talk about the things I've done outside, and then we'll go inside the car. All right, so first are these GT3 style rims from Aston Forge, and I will link their information below. But as you can see, I mean, this is a Carrera S, so we don't have center locks, but this is one, this center lock kind of just unscrews with the tool, and then you pull this little plate off. You can kind of see the outline of it, and then the bolts, the lug nuts are all behind there. So these are GT3 style looking wheels, but they're not the true center locks. And then here's the rear here. So 20's in the front, 21's in the back. So I did the GT3 style side skirts from Suncoast parts, Suncoast Porsche parts. I'll leave their link below. None of these, the video is not being sponsored by anybody, so I'm just telling you all the stuff that I've done. I've also put the OEM Aero Kit spoiler on it as well, and that is a true Aero Kit spoiler, not a one that has, you know, just like a knockoff or anything. So again, OEM style, 100% OEM from Suncoast Porsche, Suncoast parts as well, and I'll leave that link below. Let's see what else on the outside. PPF has been done on the whole entire car, top to bottom. Everything is PPF. I did the PPF myself. I'll list below the company that sponsored the video for the PPF, so you can connect with these guys. Those guys, Drive Protected is their name, and they can give you some information on getting 911 PPF, the whole car, or just the front, or whatever you need. So again, you know, I took off usually the PPF that goes here, all that's off. This is one big sheet, which is pretty cool. It took a lot. I'll probably never do it again. All right, so that's the exterior of the car. Interior, not a whole lot. We'll just step in it. So I did a escort radar detector, and I've got that completely wired down to the fuse box. I've got some Christmas music here, but I did the upgrade and did the full screen for the Porsche PCM. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's done, which is good, and I absolutely love it. I mean, if somebody doesn't do that, this is the best thing in the world. And then my favorite thing is this MagSafe charger. As you can see, is where the cup holder was at. So I've only got that one cup holder right over there, but here is a MagSafe charger. I'll send the link below as well. This is the best thing ever if you have an iPhone, to have the charger here, so you can set your phone sideways or set it long ways, however you want to do it. So that is the interior. So full screen on the PCM, radar detector wired in, wire goes around down into the fuse box back up in there, and then the ultimate one I think is the MagSafe charger. All right, let's step back out and let's talk about upgrades to the car as far as performance upgrades. So what did I do? You can call the wheels performance upgrades if you want to, but that's more aesthetics, same size tires and stuff, so that doesn't matter. Let me think where I want to start. Okay, so we did the 100 cell cats on the car. Got those from Europipe. I'll link them below as well. So the sound is amazing. We did the BMC air filters in the back here on both sides. Opens up the sound of the turbos. Absolutely amazing. And then the big one is the M Engineering tune for this car. So we did stage 2 with the cats. And I'll tell you what, this car will fly. I mean, it wants to get squirrely on you. This will run with the Porsche turbos all day. I'm not saying the Turbo S's, but the turbos all day long. This car has got a lot of power now with the M Engineering tune. I think with the tune, the cats, and the air filters, I think I'm pushing around 585 on the Carrera S, somewhere around there. I've never dynoed it, so those aren't real numbers that I guess that I could verify, but that's about where it's supposed to be. It's amazing. I kept the Performance Sports exhaust, the PSE, so the mufflers are the same, the downpipes are different. Oh, and when you do the M Engineering tune, it truly opens the valves up all the way at idle, straight through, so you're not waiting to that 4,000 RPMs, 5,000 for them to truly open up. They are fully opened at all times and sound absolutely incredible. In neutral, you can do full revs and all that on it. So it sounds like I've got a performance exhaust in the car, but they're really just stock Porsche mufflers with the downpipes, the 100 cell cats. So there you go. So there's the exterior, interior, and the performance upgrades that have been done on the car. Why don't we hop in the car and let's take a ride, and I'll talk to you a little bit about everything that we've done, give you the review of the car, what I've learned that I don't like about the car, and what I would change about the car, and go from there. So let's get on the road. All right, guys, in the car, I figured we kind of drive a little bit. I'll unroll the window and let you get a little sound bite or sound clip. Let's see if I'm in neutral. Nope, now I'm in neutral. Let's see if we can get it to rev up. So one thing about the M Engineering tune is you should be able to rev it in neutral at, idle or standstill. There you go. Now it is in sport mode. There's Sport Plus as well. We'll just leave it in sport mode and put this thing in manual and go for a little ride and talk a little bit about the car. Okay, so I guess let's start with my dislikes on the car. What I don't like about this car. Now, I've got probably about 10,000 miles on it. I've owned the car for about a year now. Yes, I do drive my cars quite a bit. I enjoy driving them. They're not museum pieces in my garage. I want to enjoy them, so that's what I do. I'll let you listen to it real quick. I mean, of course these tires are a little cold, so this thing is just trying to get loose on me, but it is absolutely so fast. I'm only in Sport Plus mode. I'm not even in, I'm in Sport mode, excuse me. I'm not even in Sport Plus mode. This thing just wants to go. I mean, absolutely just go. So So yeah, so what are my dislikes on the car? Okay, number one, really probably my only, I guess would be my only dislike on this car. And this is not a like and dislike. This is more a review on the car, but I think this is a little bit a bit of the review is a like or dislike to the car. All right, so one thing that I do not like or dislike about the car is in the PCM. So the PCM, you 992 guys will probably know this. The PCM on these Porsches are so slow to boot. I don't know why, but they are. And, you know, so I can get in the garage, open the garage door, back out, like open it, leaving my house into the garage, open up the garage door with the opener, drive out, and then I got to wait on this thing to boot in order to pull up the HomeLink system to shut my garage door. I find that very annoying, and I think it's just so slow to boot. I've even driven a newer Porsche. This is a 2020, of course. I've driven a 2023. I think I reviewed it, one of the Macans, the kind of the base model Macan, and I can tell you it was still a little slow too. So, you know, I've read that this is like a VW system, that software that's in the car, from what I've read, and I've heard that now Porsche is really just going to design their own. I think they're having some issues, and performance has got to be their top issue. One would think. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm gonna go with that. So that's really probably my most dislike on this car. I don't really have any other ones. You know, I've driven the car probably 10,000 miles, as I stated. I do drive my cars. They're not museum pieces. My likes are pretty much everything else on this car. The handling with the rear wheel steering is absolutely amazing. The M engineering tune, to the rims, to the side skirts, the PPF, which is definitely a plus in the car, to the interior, the way the fit and finish, the way everything wraps around you. Absolutely love it. There's really just, I don't have any gripes at all, especially even with the performance before I did the M engineering tune. I didn't have any issues with the performance. You know, I guess another, would I call it a dislike? I don't know. A dislike is the cup holder on the passenger side. I think it's just cheap. They could have done something a little bit better, maybe. But anyway, I don't know. But, you know, other than that, I mean, we're talking about 2 or 3 dislikes, and that's it. Everything else is just absolutely amazing in the car. Absolutely love it. All right, so the review, 10,000 miles. What have I thought about the car? I can tell you I'm in love with it. The handling of the car, if I want it just to go into, you know, sport mode or sport plus, it's in sport mode right now. The power that this thing has, really, with the M engineering tune, is incredible. The handling of this car is, to me, second to none. I absolutely love it. I mean, yeah, I'd get a GT3 or something like that, would be much better, probably. But to me, this is perfectly fine. It gets decent gas mileage. I'm starting to daily drive this thing for a little while, so it's getting decent gas mileage. The sound, the exhaust, if I want it, you know, if I want to go into normal mode, it just drops down. You don't hear anything. If I want to go into more, you know, sport mode or sport plus, I get the exhaust sounds, the cracks and the pops and the bangs in sport mode, and then of course the power along with it. The handling, of course, I said, is great. The comfort is good in this car. Yeah, it does sit a little low, but it's got great comfort in it when I'm driving, especially just like in normal mode. It drives absolutely fine. I mean, a car that you can take on a trip. The reliability, knock on wood, I mean, literally just come in here and turn the key and crank it, and it's gonna always crank. It's like a Honda or something, right? It's just gonna crank and it's gonna go. I can take this car and drive it across the country. I would not have done that with my R8 with the V10 in it. It was a Gen 1. I was always worried a little bit about reliability in that car, so I wouldn't have done that. But in this car, this kind of ticks that box for me of reliability, but yet comfort, and then a crap load of performance. And again, I didn't even have to use the M Engineering tune to get for this car still to be fast. Now with M Engineering tune, it is super, super fast, and probably a little bit too fast. But maybe we can't ever have enough power in a car. The gauges layouts are great. Maybe the farthest end of the gauges where they get hidden behind the steering wheel maybe is not the best design, but I love the analog tack. I love everything else on the gauge cluster. The PCM, especially with the updated to the Apple app on the PCM where I get full screen now, is absolutely just lovely. I can't say enough about that. It's wonderful to have a full map view and app views and all that stuff. It's really, really good. Let's see what else. Outside, I love the looks. I always get looks on this car. People love the way this car looks, especially the rear end. How wide it is absolutely amazing. So aesthetically, I think the car is gorgeous. It's literally a work of art. It's just incredible. But from a drivability standpoint, I know I'm rambling and I apologize, but from a drivability standpoint, I really think that this is the best high performance car I've owned. I don't know if you can call it a supercar. Maybe you could call the R8 a supercar that I had. I don't know. There's two schools of thought on that. But I'm going to say from any car I've ever owned, from a high performance standpoint, and I've even owned the new Corvette Z06 that I ended up selling probably about after a month of ownership, and that was really an investment car, but I got to drive that one pretty good. And that was an amazing car as well, but still something about a Porsche, when you get in it, when you drive it, it's like nothing else out there. Now, I've not driven the Bugattis and some of the Lamborghinis and those things. Those cars are absolutely amazing in their own right, but I say for what I've owned, this is the best car I've ever owned from a performance standpoint. Porsche is just, first Porsche I've ever owned. It's just absolutely amazing. So from a drivability standpoint, I absolutely love it. Reliability standpoint, I love it. Looks is amazing in the car. Comfort, spot on. Comfort from 0 to 10, I would give it a 9. Maybe there's something better out there, but the comfort is absolutely amazing. Radar guided cruise control, all of that stuff, all the creature comforts that you like in your luxury cars are in this car. So it's a highly spec car, is amazing, and I'm so thankful that I have this car. I don't know what else I can do to it at this point. Maybe bigger turbos or something, but while this thing's under warranty, I'm not doing any of that. Literally, it makes no sense right now. So I would say if you're in the market for a 992, 911, 992, I would say look at the Carreras, the Carrera S's. I will say I've got a buddy of mine that had a Carrera like this, and I think that you can get the M Engineering tune on a regular Carrera. I know you can, but I think if you get that, your performance is going to be pretty amazing as well. You might not need the S. I didn't know that when I bought the car. I probably would have bought just the Carrera and stepped up on the tune and probably got to Carrera S speeds or power, I would assume. But yeah, so it's this has been a wonderful, wonderful car. I hope I have it for a long time. And I don't know what I would get. Maybe a GT3, maybe a Turbo S, maybe. Probably a GT3 before a Turbo S. I do have an allocation for a GT3 RS. I don't know when that allocation will come up for me to get, but I do have one, and so I'm excited to get that at some point and get it onto the channel. So guys, there is my take on my review on my 911 GT3 911 Carrera S, from everything I've done, from aesthetics to everything that I've done on the performance updates, and yeah, and that's it. So this is gonna be my daily for a while, until I get the Alpha finished, so I can get it back up on the lift. But right now the Alpha is taking the lift up, and I'll link below all the websites to go to get these upgrades and things that I've done to the car. And again, I don't make any money on any of that. Not with these guys. This is just more of I like to link their products out there. I think they're great products that I've installed in this car. So again, sorry for the rambling. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell. It does help out the channel, and we'll see you in the next video. God bless.